perspective as a complacent millennial. Kasi me, myself, I already know to myself that I will just go to job to pay my bills, yun, sinasabi nga. And with all the talks that you have, that you did a while ago, my simple question is how to start. How to start not to be a complacent millennial anymore, but to become the millennial that this society really wants to have.
And needs, right?
Yes, it needs.
Let me start with JP.
When you start, of course, before you start, you set a goal. Diba? Apparently, the hard thing is, the easiest thing is to set a goal. Madaling maglagay ng, for example, I want to have 50 million. Okay. But when you realize your circumstances, isipin mo, paano ka aabot sa 50 million? Parang you create this ladder, a really high ladder. But what happens is that, so I hope I'm not offending any millennial. Sometimes you really have to, millennials. I heard from Simon Sinek that millennials are often impatient. But I hope it's not for the majority of this crowd. But for you to start, you just have to start small. Take the first step. Don't look at the top. Don't look at your goal. Just look at the first step. From the first step, you take the second step. And sooner or later, when you get the hang of it, you will be able to take 2 steps advance. Okay, and even further, and even bigger steps. And sooner or later, you're already near your goal.
Before you even know it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just curious. Why do you call yourself a complacent millennial?
Technically, kasi like for example, knowing my kind of sa line of age ko, the only thing that we know about our job, our life is simply just to para makasurvive lang sa quincenas.
Day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yes, day-to-day basis. Number 2 is to have a
Quincenas talaga.
Quincenas talaga.
Hindi ka pa quincenas kami once a month.
Second one is to, yun nga, yung the means of having a luxury life lang na to eat whatever we want, saan kami mag-travel, ganyan. So,
Short-sighted.
short-sighted in a sense na we don't think about the family, basta nandyan lang yan. It will come out. So, yun lang yung tingin ko rin in my part. Kasi I already turned 26. I 26 this July. And I don't want to go to that place wherein I'm still a complacent millennial because a lot of people looking at me. I'm a teacher, by the way. So, I don't want to see I don't want to see my student na hanggang mga mabababaw na stuff lang eh. So, yun lang just wanna ask for myself also personally, how to start.
I don't think it's something unique about this generation now. Yung ganyang thoughts, no? Because I was once like that, and I'm not a millennial. But during that age, I think it's a normal thing, no? That you do not really know what you're going to do. Yung parang easy-easy ka lang, di ba? Because you're starting to earn money. But there comes a point in time when you start thinking about other people. Your parents, your siblings, your students, because you're a teacher. And then you start thinking about how do I, like what JP said, how do I add value to their lives? Hindi ba? That's how you make yourself significant. And if you start thinking that way, I don't think there's any chance for you to think about being complacent anymore. Because what you're going to think about always is, how can I help this person? Hindi ba? And at the same time that you're thinking about that, you're doing things to help other people, you're actually helping yourself. So that's how you start. Stopping being complacent. Think about other people. Think about what you can do and how you can add value to them.
Jonathan, your take on this?
I think the two speakers already mentioned sense of responsibility, that's one, and then having a sense of goal. I'd like to add by saying having a sense of deadline. When I say deadline, never underestimate the power of numbers, milestones in your life. I'll give you an example. When I was 21, I knew that I had to set a deadline of when I'm at the age of 31 to 32, I should have been a CEO of a multinational company. That was because during that time, I wanted to climb up the corporate ladder. I was 21 that time. I also knew at the age of 26 and 25, someone should be directly reporting to me because that's my milestone sa gitna. And if I don't get that done, I miss the boat. I also know by now that that's not my goal anymore because 2 years ago, I ventured to becoming my own entrepreneur. And so my new deadline now is that I know at the age of 35, scientifically proven, all Silicon Valley founders made it during at the age of 35. That's their average. So I know I have a 4-year deadline right now to make it big. I also know if I want to enter politics at the age of 40, because by constitution, you can only become president when you're 45, I should be at least a cabinet member at the age of 38 to 40. Run for Senate twice, and then run for president. So I have that deadline in my Excel sheets. And every Holy Week, I always update those Excel sheets and tell myself, how much have I progressed inching my way towards that specific objective? And every day in my apartment, I have that visual board to always tell me that this is your goal. So keeping score and keeping track of what you want and being open-minded they may change over time is part of that start. Because there's nothing to start if there's nothing else to visualize and nothing else to conquer and be objective with.
But sometimes